Hello and welcome to box opening and review of the SKRS Shifter by CSIO Technologies. Yes, it's finally here, guys. A few guys that have been long time subscribers, you've been hearing me moan on for the fact that I've been waiting for this for quite some time, and I'll go into, before I do the box opening, I will say to the people that are thinking about getting one of these, you're in for a long wait. I ordered mine as a birthday present for myself on the 20th of August. It's now the 30th of December. Yes, I've been waiting just over 4 or 5 months for this, so it's been a long wait for it. But however, I have found a alternative shifter made by a different company, and from what I understand, from a comment that someone left on someone else's video, he bought one after I sort of like found it and suggested a link, and he sort of like said, yeah, no, it works fine for American Truck and Euro Truck Simulator 2. So, you know, I'll leave a link in the description for both this shifter and the alternate shifter as well. It's made by a company called A plus B software. The difference is it doesn't look as genuine as this one as this one does, but it's not a long wait on that one. Apparently, the guy from what I spoke to, he said he literally ordered it was within a week or so. But anyway, let's get on with it. I've been waiting long enough. Let's open the box. I've got a mission as well. I checked the box as well because I wanted to make sure it was okay before I did the box opening. But I'll just sorry about the light. The poor light again, guys. Time of morning that I'm doing this. Just take it out. Let's put the box to one side. It's quite heavy. Let's take it out the bag. The thing I liked about the bag is it's got the whole "Made in the USA" on it. Quite cheesy. Let's take it out of the bag. In the bag we should get one shifter, one SKRS shifter, and one Allen key. And I'll go into reason why you need that in a minute for you guys that don't know how to install one of these. Here we go. It's for, I ordered it with the 18 speed medallion as well. I know the early ones you had to install it yourself, but looks like Corey has looks like he actually installs it himself now just to make it easier for people, or when they're going to build process he just puts it in. But anyway, you've got the high-low on the side here, or to split the gears. That one feels a bit on the loose side. I must admit, I'm just hoping that, you know, it's okay and works alright. But, you know, it might just need a bit bedding in. And this is, you know, to go from low range to high range. So you'd use this one to, say, if you're a position 1, so say gear 1, you'd have it down and in this position, so gear 1 low, and then when you want to shift, you'd go gear 1 high, and then shift back, and then use that switch to go to gear 2 low, gear 2 high, and this one goes from lower range, i.e. from 4th, then goes up to the up what I call the upstairs, or the second box. So you flip this one up. That's a bit more stiffer, but I've been told once you break them in, it starts getting nice and loose for you. But and then there's this one's, obviously I bought this one for the for my G27. There is an option available for the Frost Master ones, I think. If you check their website, they've got the options for those. Fairly good amount of lead on it. I'm hoping there's enough lead here for me to get it to the back of my computer. I'm going to use that actual, it's a fair amount, yeah. Hopefully there's enough there. If not, I might have to improvise. I'm going to probably use this for this bottom bit, because a lot of people say they're a bit worried because this just jiggles around in the bottom here. It's, looking at it, it is packed in there alright, but I just feel that I just would want it to be a bit more secure on that shaft, so I'm going to use this bit of tape around the base here just to hold it in place, just for my own peace of mind really. But it's got quite a weight to it, like I said. So I'll pause the video here and I'll go into the next bit, which is the installation part of it with you guys, so you can show you guys how it all works and how to install it. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay guys, welcome back, and this is the installation part of the SKRS Shifter, and this was my G27, and if you've got a G27 like me, you've got your little shifter here. Now if yours is newer than mine, you might not find this as easy as I'm doing it now. You might find this cap is quite tight on there, so if it is, you might just need to get a flat bladed, very fine flat bladed screwdriver and just gently remove the cap. But mine, because mine's well worn, mine comes off quite easy. I literally can lift it off of my nail, but there's a top bit off of there now. So then you'll need a small Phillips head screwdriver, and then just gently find the screw inside the bottom, and then just gently undo it. You might find it's a bit on the tight side, I just have, so bear that in mind. Just unwind it and then pull up at the same time, and then that removes it. I don't think the screw comes out, I'll check. No, it's stuck, well, more or less stays in there. But what I'd recommend doing, obviously leaving it in there, just put your cap back on. Find the location of the correct location for it, that is. Like that. Just put the cap back on, that way the screw won't get lost. Sorry about the poor light again, sorry guys, because the light's pouring in. It's kind of a bit dark to see, but from what I can see anyway, but it's the best I can do with the light coming in. But anyway, so the next bit, get your shifter. And I don't know if it's the same principle on the other shifter which I've recommended, or which not I've recommended, but the link for on the description. But get your shifter, and then make sure your little grub screw at the bottom here is sort of like out, so then you can, it's more or less flush, doesn't obstruct the shaft in any way, and then just gently place it on the shaft like that. Then get your little provided Allen key, and then just wind the grub screw back in again. You'll feel it bite after about a quarter to half a turn. Feel it start to bite. You don't need to go mad on it. I don't believe. I think it just, because the shaft's got a flat face anyway. Just make sure you're happy with it. Well, the general location of it. I'm just going to make sure mine's whereabouts I want it, so it's around about there. Tighten it back up again. Again, because it's a fairly small screw, you don't want to go overboard on tightening it. Just give it a nap, tighten on, and just see how it feels. Move it about a bit. It feels like it's loose. Actually, it does feel a bit loose on there. It's not completely loose on there, but hopefully that won't wind off. Then just obviously go through your gears. Definitely gives it a different feel to it. But then once it's installed, then obviously fire up your plug it into your PC, and then fire up your PC and boot up ATS. And I'll conclude the next part of the video in ATS, show you how to set it up. I'll see you in a minute. Okay guys, welcome back, and we're in American Truck Simulator here. So this is just basically how to set this up on your game itself once you've got your product, either which way. I'm not sure about the one that I've suggested as an alternative. I suspect it's probably the same sort of method, you just have to flick it from one position to the next. But I'll go through it with you guys and how to set it up. So first of all, when you boot the game up, you'll see a message will pop up saying detected SKRS Shifter. Just ignore, because it says do you want to use this as a mouse? And obviously no, you don't want to use it as a mouse, so just ignore that. Don't worry, it doesn't just disappear. You still can set it up. So how we do that is go into options and then go to controls, and then up the top here, as you can see, I've got my keyboard or Logitech G27 racing wheel, and then underneath, as long as everything's working correctly and it's detected it, you should have another box highlighted here. Now you just need to change that from none to SKRS Shifter, so that's now selected. Make sure obviously your transmission type is in H-shifter configuration, because it may not work in any other way. And then you go down to whatever desired speed settings you want. It doesn't matter whether it's 18, 10 speed, or whatever speed you like. Is obviously if you're planning on buying this for Euro truck, I think it's, if my memory serves you right, you can change it to range or splitter. So yeah, it's depending on what you want to go. If you want to go for range, which is just from low range to high range, or splitter range, or range splitter, which is both. We're technically an Eaton Fuller is a range and splitter, so it's got split gears and it's arranged in its box. Or you can go for the Eaton Fuller 18 speed on American Truck Simulator, but obviously I think on ETS2, it's been a while since I played it, but I think range splitter is as far as it goes, but I could be wrong, so you know guys, let me know if I am wrong. But anyway, select your desired gearbox configuration. You don't have to have it on advanced. Advanced is just, you can have it on simple, or simple warning sounds or whirring sounds. So basically you get little gearbox crunch and stuff, or advanced, which is more for trying to float gears and all that good stuff. So come down to shifter toggles. They're normally at the bottom of the gearbox. So first things first, you should see this little box under here, shifter toggle use as switched mode. You'll need to highlight that once you've configured it. If you don't, it has trouble trying to work out what you're doing, because it doesn't recognise it as a switch, it recognises it as a button push. So it needs you to keep them constantly moving the button to engage it. So shifter toggle 1 is this lower button, and shifter toggle 2 should be this upper button here. So let's assign shifter toggle 1, by flicking it up and then flicking it back down again, like that. And then shifter toggle 2 should be like that, like that. And then once you've done that, just make sure that's highlighted, and then you're good to go. Come back out of the options, jump into your rig. I don't need to fire up the engine to really try this out. To say, I know it's going to pretty much work. So I'll show you what it does. This literally, if I go from this position, if you look on the screen, you'll see it's in one low. And if I just, sorry, I've moved this camera around so you guys can see it a bit better. There we go. So it's in one low. Hang on. That's better. In one low. So if I pull it back out again and then do that, you can see it's in 5 low. And if I do that, you see it goes to 5 high, back down to 5 low. And that's how it works. Simple as that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the box opening and view of the CSIO Shifter. And if you did, please don't forget to like. It helps me out a lot. And if you know anyone else that may also enjoy the box opening review, again guys, feel free to share. It helps me out a lot as well. And if you're new to my channel and want to see future box openings and reviews or anything else that I'm working on, please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. TTFN.